Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a full face of all Physicians Formula makeup. I'm not going to be using any other brands. It's just going to be a completely one brand tutorial using the brand Physicians Formula, which is one of my all-time favorite brands in the drugstore and in general. I have so many products from them. I obviously have enough products to do a full face, like with every step, and then I have multiples of a lot of things. So I love this brand, and I wanted to take the time just to test everything out and see what it would look like all together, just a full face of their products. I love how the look turned out, super bronzy and glowy, my type of look, and I hope you guys enjoy this and enjoy the video. Let's go ahead and get into the makeup. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with the makeup. I am sunburnt a little bit, so do as I say, not as I do. Do not get sunburnt. I hate being sunburnt. I did put sunscreen on. I was actually laying out in the sun in the pool with my friends, and I had on a BB cream, and then I put on SPF 50 a couple times, and I'm just really pale, so I did get some sun. This is about my third day with this, so it has went in a lot, but it might cause my makeup to be a little bit patchy. I'm hoping everything goes on pretty smooth. So we're going to start out with the Super BB Insta-Ready BB cream from Physicians Formula, and I love this one so much that I actually have a backup. I really like this BB cream. It's really mattifying, and mine is in the shade Light. This has an SPF 30, and I did have this on the day that I got sunburnt, and I put another SPF over it, but it is nice to have that little bit of SPF in here. So I'm just going to use that with a dampened beauty sponge and put that all over to kind of even out my skin tone. Okay, so I think that actually evened out my skin tone pretty well. I could put on a little bit more and get like more coverage, but I don't want to like keep piling on the product, especially with a sunburn. I don't want it to get like cakey looking, but I am going to go in and conceal some of the little acne spots that I've got, and I'm using this Physicians Formula Concealer Twins Concealer, and it's in the shade Yellow and Light. So one end is yellow and one end is light, like a skin tone, and I'm just going to use that skin tone side and conceal a little bit of the acne spots. That's not a super high coverage concealer, but it will give a little bit more coverage than what we already had with the BB cream. So next I'm going to go in and do my eyebrows, and I don't have any type of eyebrow products from this brand, so I'm just going to kind of make it work, and I'm going to be doing that with a couple of the steps during this tutorial. If I didn't have a Physicians Formula product, I'm just making it work with something that I do have from the brand. So I'm going to be using a mixture of this Canyon Classics matte eyeshadow palette and this brown eyeliner to do my eyebrows. So first I'm just going to comb through with a spoolie, and they need plucked right now, so just do not pay attention to that. And then with this brown eyeliner, I'm going to underline the bottom part of the eyebrow, and I'm not going to fill anything in. I'm just going to underline it first with this brown eyeliner. And then I'm going to take the spoolie and comb through that before it sets in place, because I don't want it to look this harsh. Then I'm going to go in with the same brown eyeliner, and I'm going to fill in the tail of my eyebrow just a little bit, and I'm doing this as light-handedly as I can because this is a pretty dark brown. It's from the Warm Nude Eyes trio of eyeliners, and I think this was the darkest brown in it, but I'm just going to fill in the tail of my eyebrow a little bit because I like that area to be a little bit darker than the rest of the brow. Then when I get the tail and underneath of the eyebrow kind of sharpened and clean, I'm going to go in with this matte quad of eyeshadows. It's the Canyon Classics, and I'm just going to use an angled brush into this one that I've hit paint on. I used to use this for my eyebrows all the time. I really like the color of it, and I'm just going to fill in the rest of my eyebrow with that shade. I just wiped the foundation off my lips, and I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula and Argan Oil, and I'm going to put a little bit of that on my lips for the lip color that we're going to do later. Argan Oil can be used for just about anything, and I really like this one from Physicians Formula, so that will just get our lips a little more soft for the lip color. So next I'm going to go in with the same concealer that we used on our acne spots, and I'm going to sharpen up the underneath of our brow a little bit, and I'm going to prime the eyelid with that skin tone concealer. Now that the eyelids are primed, we're going to go into the crease color, and I'm going to be using another Physicians Formula matte quad, and this is in Classic Nudes. It's a little bit of a warmer quad. And I'm first going to go in with this warm brown right here, and I'm going to just put that all throughout the crease. Okay, now that we've got our transition color down, I just want to quickly say these are like some fabulous matte eyeshadows from the drugstore. They're just so good. If I had to pick any drugstore eyeshadows, I could do like my whole life with just this quad because it's like my perfect colors. But the Cool Tone one is really, really good as well. So if you're in the market for some matte eyeshadows from the drugstore, I would definitely check these out. Next, I'm going to go in with this little bit of a darker brown in that, and I'm going to put that focused on the outer corner. Now I really want to define the crease even more, so I'm going to take that same color, but I'm going to switch brushes, and I'm going to go in with this flat brush. It's just like a flat shader brush, and that darker color, and I'm really going to wedge this into the crease area because I want to go for more of a cut crease look today. So I'm just taking that and I'm going to wedge it right into the crease. Okay, now that I've really wedged that into the crease, I'm just going to blend over it with the same blending brush that we used at first for the transition color. And I'm also going to blend over the border of that. Now that I have the crease blended out, I'm going to go in with more of that concealer. This has been like the star of the show today. And I'm actually going to use the yellow end. And I'm going to like do what they call like cutting the eyelid with this crease color, which will make it appear more like a cut crease eyeshadow look. And I'll just show you all because it's kind of hard to explain. So I'm taking a concealer brush into the yellow tone concealer. This will just be a base for a shimmering eyeshadow on the lid. But I'm just going to really define the eyelid and crease with this and make it appear like a cut crease. So now you can kind of see what I mean with cutting the eyelid. You're just kind of defining the eyelid with the concealer. It gives it the appearance of a cut crease. So I'm going to do that on the other eye, and then I'll be back to show you what eyeshadow I'm going to be putting on top of that. Okay, so now that both of the eyelids are cut and concealed, I wanted to just mention I use the yellow shade because I'm going to be using gold, and I thought the yellow would bring out the gold a little bit more. First, going to go in with this Physicians Formula Shimmer Strip like eyeshadow in Casual. It's in the denim packaging, and I'm just going to take a mixture of this gold and like a yellowy color on this flat shader brush, and I'm going to pat that all over the area where we put the yellow tone concealer. And this is kind of your chance to buff out that line. If you feel like that the concealer is a little bit too harsh for your liking, or if it's not as even as you want, you can kind of blend it out with this shadow. Then I'm going to go in with my buffing brush, and I'm going to blend right over that because I like to blend in between every step of doing an eyeshadow look like this. Next, for a little pop of something more on the eyelid and to give it even more dimension, I'm going to go in with this Physicians Formula Shimmer Strip. These are the new ones that are like really, really shimmery. This one is called Shimmer Strip Extreme Shimmer, and it's in Gold Nude. And it's just like really, really pretty, and you'll see they have tons of shine to them. So I'm going to go in with, let's see. I'm going to go in with this white one right here on the end, and I'm going to actually dampen my brush for this. I don't have any like setting spray or anything from Physicians Formula, so I am just going to use another setting spray that I have, but I guess the setting spray doesn't really matter that much because you could use water as well, but I'm just not in the bathroom, so I don't want to get up and go get some. But I'm just dampening my brush and then going in with that. You'll see it's super shimmery, and I'm going to pack this all over the center part of the eyelid. Okay, so now that that's on there kind of roughly, we're of course going to blend that out, but I'm going to let it sit for a second so that I don't blend away all of the shimmer. So I'm going to let it sit for just a couple of seconds, and then I'll be right back to blend everything out. So now that I've let that sit for just a second, I'm just going to blend right over the border. I'm not actually going to blend the entire eye look because I don't want to disrupt that glitter, because where it is a little bit glittery, it will kind of like powder off. I'm just going to tap over that to kind of mesh that in with the rest of the eyelid, but I'm not going to blend it too much because I don't want to disrupt it. Then I'm going to go back in with the matte quad, and I'm just going to define the crease a little bit more because some of that does kind of get taken away when you go in with the shimmer. I'm going to go in with the same dark brown, and I'm just barely going to do this right on the outer corner. And I think that that just brings it together a little bit more. So next I'm going to highlight my brow bone and inner corner. I'm going to use this really pretty cream shade for the brow bone. And I'm just going to lightly do that just to kind of set the concealer that we put under there. Then for the inner corner, I'm going to use my nude shimmer strips. It's in this lacy packaging. I have like quite a few of these if you couldn't tell. And I'm just going to use this white pearly color. Just going to take it on my pinky. I'm not even going to use a brush, and I'm just going to pop that in the inner corner. Guys, I'm really liking this eye look so far. I wasn't sure how it was going to come together, but I think it's going to be really pretty. So next we're going to go in with eyeliner. And I don't want to do a big liquid eyeliner with this. I kind of want the focus to be on the eyeshadow. So I'm going to use that same brown eyeliner pencil that we used in the eyebrows. And I'm just going to line the upper lash line really quick. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do to smudge that out. Okay, now that I've lined that upper lash line, we're going to go smudge that out. And I'm going to go in with that same nude shimmer strip and one of the dark brown colors, just on an angled brush, if I can find mine. My filming station always turns into a disaster within about 3 minutes of me starting to film. There's like makeup everywhere. But I'm just going to go in with this angled brush and the darkest brown shimmer shade in this. And I'm going to like set that eyeliner with it a little bit. And then we'll go in with a little bit of a fuller size pencil brush and kind of smudge all of this out. Going in with my pencil brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of the lighter brown and that dark brown, mix them together, and really blend over that and kind of smoke it out a little bit more than what it is. Then I'm going to go in with the same brown eyeliner, and I'm going to do that about half the way in on my lower lash line. Now going back to the pencil brush with nothing on it, I'm going to blend over that and just kind of smudge it out with just the product that we've put on there, and then we'll put a little bit more eyeshadow on it to give it like a more of an airbrushed finish. I feel like you can never see what I'm doing on my lower lash line, and I'm very sorry about that, but I always tilt my head so far down to see in the mirror. So now I'm going to go in with that again, and I'm just going to kind of mix, like, all of these lighter browns are basically the same shade, so I'm just going in with one of the lighter ones, and I'm just going to blend over that with the pencil brush first. Then we'll go in with the fluffy brush with nothing more on it and just blend. And I'm scared of how long this video is going to be because my thing only films for 20 minutes and then I have to reset it, and I've went through 2 20-minute things already. So hopefully I can edit this down to where it's not super long, because I feel like I've been posting so many really long videos lately. But now I'm going to start on the rest of the face, and we'll go in and we'll finish the rest of the eyes in a little bit. But I want to go ahead and get started on the face. So using that same concealer, I'm first going to take the yellow side and I'm going to pop a little bit of that just right there where I'm super dark and also sunburnt, and that is going to color correct that area and just brighten it a little bit. Then we'll go in with the actual skin tone concealer and actually highlight the face with it. This concealer is probably like not my favorite. I wouldn't actually like recommend this over some other drugstore concealers, but I mean, it's not bad either. It's just kind of like a mediocre type of concealer. It'll definitely do the job for this video, because I really wanted to just show you all the full face that you can get with Physicians Formula, because I probably have more Physicians Formula makeup than I do any other like particular brand, even high-end included, because I just really like their products. Now that that's blended out, I'm actually going to go in with the eyeshadow quad, and I'm going to take the cream color and I'm just going to mix a little bit of the cream and this like neutrally tan color, and I'm going to use that for an under eye setting powder. And this might seem kind of weird, and I actually do have a powder from this brand, but I think the powder is a little bit cakey, and these eyeshadows are actually like really good quality, and they're not chalky at all. They won't make me look chalky in that area. So I would rather just use an eyeshadow and it look the way that I want it to, than to force myself to use a powder that I don't really like, especially under the eyes. I don't mind this powder for on the face, but I'll show it in a second. I just really don't love it for under the eyes. I'm definitely using more of the cream than the brown, because the cream color is actually a good under eye setting color for me. So then I'm going to go in and do a little bit of cream contouring with my Physicians Formula contour stick. I use this all the time, even when I'm not doing like just Physicians Formula makeup, obviously. This is like my favorite cream contour of the moment, I would say. I'm first going to put it right there, just going to blend it with my beauty sponge. It's just such a good contouring product. If you're wanting to look into cream contouring, I definitely would check this one out. You can really use it all over the face, just as bronzer. You can use it as contour. It's just a perfect product, not greasy at all. I think people look at cream contouring as like something that's got to be a big production and you have to have like lines all over your face, and you just really don't. It can be so much easier than that, and this product makes it really easy. I just take what's left on that and tap it down the sides of my nose without going in with extra product. Then that's all the cream contouring I'll do. I'll do a little bit more with a powder in just a second. But first we need to set the rest of the face. I'm going to just blend over any areas that might get creasing before I set. My forehead always creases, so I kind of have to blend over it. Then we're going to go in with this powder. This is what I was talking about that I don't love for under my eyes. It is the Mineral Wear Talc Free Translucent. It's supposed to be like an airbrushed finished powder. It's a little bit cakey. You kind of have to be careful with it. So I'm just going to tap into this very lightly, tap it off, and just set my T-zone. I'm not even going to set the places where I'm going to be putting bronzer. Now I'm going to go in with my Butter Bronzer. Favorite bronzer of all time right now. It is in the Color Bronzer. It's just perfect. I love it so much. And I'm just going to set parts of the face where we put the cream contour. And I've got to stop bragging on this bronzer because I went to my drugstore the other day and it was sold out. And I'm about to run out and I'm going to need a repurchase and it's going to be gone. But let's see. Let's go ahead and contour. And for contouring powder, I'm going to go back to these matte eyeshadow quads. This is the Canyon Classics, the cooler tone one. And I'm just going to contour with this eyeshadow that we use for the brows. It's going to be a good contour shade. And I'm using actually an eyeshadow brush for this, because I'm not going to do much of that. I'm just going to go right there. I'm not even going in past the eyebrow. and then I'll just blend it up, and I'll go in with the bronzer brush, blend over it, and then hopefully you'll be able to see the little bit of an added shadow that gives, where it has that gray tone look. It's actually a great contour shade, great eyebrow shade. This is just a very, very multitasking eyeshadow shade. The shade of this reminds me of the NYX blush in Taupe a lot. And you can just see that adds like an actual shadowy appearance, and I really like that. Then I'll just take and dust the rest of that underneath my bottom lip. Then I'm going to go in with the blush, and I do have this cashmere blush, but it's like a very, very pink tone blush, and I'm not really feeling that today. So I'm actually going to go in first with this Physicians Formula one. It has like hearts, it's a happy booster in Bronze Natural. It has like pink, but it also has bronze, so it's a little bit more of a neutral tone blush. I'm going to put that all over my cheeks, and then we'll add a little bit more color with some other products, but I wanted to use this one because it's more of a bronzed pink than just a pink tone blush. It'll go better with this look. I need to use this blush color more because it's actually really pretty. I'm going to dust it on my nose a little bit on my forehead, just to kind of mesh the whole look together. And I'm hoping you all can see this because it's kind of a, what I would call a natural colored blush, but I have built it up like quite a bit. So hopefully you all can see how pretty that is. Okay, then we're going to go in with the Physicians Formula Bronze Pearl Highlighter, and it's a little bit deeper actually. It's not a super highlighty color. I'm going to just mix all that together and like top the blush color with that, just to give a little bit more of a sheen all over. This is a very glowy, bronzy look. And I know I do a lot of these, but it is summertime. The looks will definitely change and be a little bit more smoky and things like that. But for summer, I just basically do bronze makeup like all the time. Next, we're going to go in and do a gorgeous highlight. I'm going to use a couple products for this. I'm first going to go with this contour stick. And I'm just going to roll it up a little bit. And I'm going to use the highlighting side. And this will just make our highlight stand out a little bit more on the cheeks. So I just use the highlighting side and then blend that out with my finger, and this works really, really well. I do this a lot of the time. And it looks a little harsh right now, but your powder will blend it out and make it stand out more. It'll be very pretty. This is just a great product, like honestly all around. I love it so much. So I'm going to just do that everywhere where I have a highlight. And then I'm going to go in with my all-time favorite drugstore highlight, the Physicians Formula Shimmer Bricks. Love this. Always end up going back to it. It's just kind of like a mesh of really pretty warm, shimmery bronze tones. I just mix them all together and then pop that right there on the cheek. Then I'll go in with my bronzer brush and just kind of blend over all that because I don't like anything to look like it doesn't go or like have harsh lines. So we're just going to blend over all that. Now let's go and finish up the eyes. I'm going to go with the butter bronzer that we used, and I'm just going to take that same fluffy brush and I'm really going to smoke out the lower lash line with this. And I could use an eyeshadow, but this will kind of make it more monochromatic and go with the rest of the face. So I'm going to use the bronzer. Now I'm going to go in with some mascara. I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Mascara, and this is a first impression of this for me actually, because I've never used this. I never had a Physicians Formula mascara, so I went out and bought one for this, but we'll see how it goes. And then I don't have a brow gel, so I'm just literally going to go in with the lightest hand possible. Like, honestly, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but if you can do it with a very light hand, this will work. I'm just going to barely touch my eyebrow with this. And it's kind of a drier formula, or I wouldn't even attempt this, but since it is drier, this actually works pretty well. And it's actually not even that hard to keep a light hand with it because it's, like I said, very dry. Okay, so that's it for the eyes and everything. Now we're going to go into the lips, and I actually didn't have any type of lip products. I don't have any type of lip products from Physicians Formula. I don't even really know anything about their lip products, but if you have any like favorites, let me know and I'll try to go pick them up. But we're just going to make do today. I'm going to use this Physicians Formula Warm Nude Eyes eyeliner, and it's in this amber color. And I thought since metallic lips were in that this would actually work out really well and be pretty with this. So I'm going to line and fill in my lips with this eyeliner. So there's my lips filled in with the eye pencil. I actually love how it looks. I could have just like used a lip liner or something from a different brand, but really wanted to keep this true to the Physicians Formula thing. So I'm going to go in with the Argan Oil and just going to do the smallest amount. And I'm just going to blend that in, and this is going to keep it from looking so dry. Since it is eyeliner, it is a little bit more dry than what a lip liner is, of course. Okay guys, so this is the finished full face Physicians Formula look. That was a tongue twister. But I love Physicians Formula products. I just wanted to see if I could do a full face look with everything that I have. I love how it turned out. This is definitely my kind of makeup. It's bronzy and very glowy, very summertime appropriate. And I like most of the products that I use really well. I told you guys the ones that weren't so great, but all in all, I love how the full face came out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more full faces of one brands, let me know down below and I'll try to gather some things up and maybe do one. But I like these videos, so I thought that maybe you all would be interested in it as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in my next jam-packed July video.